Listen, you're going to deal with hate no matter what level you're at. When you're starting out, you think there's nothing to hate on yet, but that's not true. There's always going to be something. When I first got into this industry, the doubt didn't come from strangers. It came from the people closest to me. Family, friends. I don't blame them. It wasn't from a bad place. They was looking out. They just didn't believe in barbering as a career. They thought it was a dead end, a sure way to fail. But as I started proving them wrong, that this industry could be something more, the doubt didn't stop. It just changed. Now it wasn't about whether I could make it. It was about how I made it. You had help. You had partners. You got lucky. I used to want to hold on to this idea of being self-made. That's what we hear in music and movies. But as I grew beyond anything I had ever expected, I realized that mindset is exactly why people hold themselves back. No one who's accomplished anything great has done it alone. Not Elon Musk, not Steve Jobs, the greatest leaders, innovators, and game changers. And here's what most people don't realize. The smartest people in the world, they need Elon too. Yeah, there's people at Tesla, SpaceX, smarter than Elon. You got engineers, scientists, developers, and they're the best in the world. But without him willing to risk his resources to put them in a position where they didn't have to worry about the burden of failure, where they could focus only on what they were great at, you don't fly a rocket ship to space without both sides. You need the visionary and the expert. You need the risk taker and the technician. The one who dares to fail and the one who refines the success. And when you start leveling up, you'll see it. People will come around when you're in a season they understand, but the moment you graduate to a level they don't, that crab in a barrel mentality kicks in. But let me tell you something. Listen, this world is huge. I've had the blessing of traveling to places I never imagined as a young man, growing up in poverty, that I would ever even step foot in. Places like Russia, China, Romania, what we talking about? All over Europe, Canada, and it changed me. It expanded my thinking. It made me realize just how big this opportunity of life really is. The US alone has almost 400 million people. That's a massive market. It's huge. And then you look at places that, whatever, right? Brazil. Love Brazil. There's 300 million people there. People who love and adore what we built. It's easy to get caught up in the small thinking, in small circles. But when you zoom out, man, there's so much room for all of us to win. So I don't waste my time on negativity. I don't waste energy proving myself to people who don't want to understand. Because while people are focused on tearing others down, I'm too busy building, bro. I'm 36 years old and God has been so good to me. A beautiful family, a wife, blessings I'll never stop counting. But I also know this, God continues to pour into vessels he can use to fill his children's cups. I want to be a waterfall. I know my mother is looking down and I want to continue to make her proud. So if you're listening to this, I hope it reaches you, because I wish I heard this when I was younger. Anything that happens overnight, it's temporary. And if it's something that comes too easy, it wasn't challenging, then it's probably just a spike in a line chart. And that line, it always normalizes back to who you truly are, like a rubber band. So if you haven't become the right person, if you haven't become the right vessel for God to pour into, he'll humble you in time. I'm praying for everyone to have an amazing 2025, and I hope you start thinking bigger, because this world is so much larger than the one you see today. Stay away from that crab in a barrel mentality. Keep your head down. Stay on mission. And remember, a rising tide lifts all ships. Let's think bigger, work harder, but stay focused.